Hello, everyone, and welcome to Grip Locks, Foundation Disc Golf's weekly podcast. I'm Hunter, joined as always by Trevor.
Connor's here.
And Konner.
Hey!
He's back.
He's back, dude.
He's back like he never left.
He's back.
We're going to talk about the Crow Open.
Red is the new back.
Today, we're going to talk about a
There
little
he is.
Manufacturer's Cup, Trevor's Trivia.
I'm crying.
I actually have someone to compete against for Trevor's Trivia this week.
And boy,
Although
are you gonna compete.
Although I was pretty... I killed it kind of last week.
Yeah?
Konner. Yeah.
Yeah, Hunter is a mind.
We're gonna go over some unique DGPT winners this season. Talk about a DGPT survey. Finally, tackle our top 10.
Just
time
listen to
willing,
the show.
and then style select.
It's gonna
But
be fun, I promise.
before we get into all of that, we gotta thank our
Connor's
sponsor
here.
of today's episode. Spice up your disc golf bag with disc golf pins and patches. Disc golf pins are high quality enamel pins that you can put on all of your disc golf gear and apparel. Each pin has a double pin back equipped with a
bet it
butterfly clutch to safely and securely attach your pins to whatever you choose.
Sounds like the most high-tech pin I've ever heard.
Butterfly
Disc Golf Pins also offers a fun and creative lines of stickers, shirts, patches, and their newest disc golf game, Crazy Caddy Pro, recently
it's
featured on a
fun.
Foundation video. You can go watch
Awesome
that.
video. Watch it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Not now, though. Let's listen to the rest of the podcast
Yeah, listen
first.
to the
Okay, class?
algorithm.
With hundreds of designs and products to choose from, you can pick up the perfect pin and accessory to match your personality or support your favorite pro. Proceeds from your purchase will even go towards helping them on tour. So you can go to discgolfpins.com to start your collection today, and you can use code FOUNDATION for 20% off your
Holy
order.
smokes.
Again, that's code FOUNDATION for 20% off of your order at discgolfpins.com.
I met the disc golf pins people at USDGC this past year. They are so nice, and the pins are awesome quality. I've got at least I think I have 4 or 5 in my bag at this moment.
I feel the same way.
They're awesome.
Yeah, very cool.
Love disc golf pins.
lot
Please
of fun.
go support them. They rock.
A lot of fun.
They even have
And
ones for your specific state, too.
if
Yeah.
you're not a pen person for whatever reason, I'm trying to be very clear, pen, P-I-N, because I sometimes
Yeah.
pen and pen.
You're doing a really good job right now.
I say the same, pen and pen.
Yeah.
I'm impressed with you.
But if you're not a pen person, the Crazy Caddy game isn't a pen. It just claps onto your bag. It's like it has a carabiner. You can go
little
wherever.
wheel, you spin it. It's like throw a backhand, throw a forehand, throw between your legs.
Well, the pro one gets a little crazier. The regular one is like a really good practice tool. Of like you can just step up to a hole and like
what if you had to throw a lefty?
I'm a backhand only player. This is a good way for me to work on different aspects of my game.
Yeah.
That's true. Think about it that
So-
way. Spin zone.
All right. Before we get in Crow Open, Konner, welcome back, man.
Thanks, man.
How's it feel to be back on the podcast?
It feels good. I also
Gosh,
feel like
man,
I have
it
no
feels
idea
so
what's
right.
happening. Just to give everybody an update. Is it okay with the information I've been updated with this morning? Is it okay for me to say that?
I don't know, but go ahead. Yeah.
So I walked in.
I have no idea.
And I haven't like looked at any social media. Well, I have, but it's just been to go on there and post pictures of my son. Other than that, I haven't done anything. And I don't have no idea what's been happening in the disc golf world for the past 2 weeks, so I feel very out of it. And then Trevor just says, go on your Instagram. This is all you need to know. Go on your Instagram and go to Eagle McMahon's.
Yeah.
page.
When he asked me if anything had happened in the disc golf world, I had to think about it a second, and I was like, oh, only the biggest thing ever.
Yeah, so I got to hear that song.
Wind Dragon?
Yeah, it's my new favorite Owl City
Can
song.
I just say for a second how crazy it is, not disc golf related, that all 3 of us managed to have firstborn sons.
That is crazy, too.
Yeah.
What a crazy life. We just secured this business.
Yeah.
I
That
mean,
we're going to force them all into it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
it doesn't have a choice.
Yeah, like you see what Dad's doing on the camera, you better figure it out. You better learn how to do that Trevor's Trivia thing. Okay?
Yeah.
Brooks's what would Brooks's trivia be?
Dang, that's a shame. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, why didn't you name him with a T?
Dang, man. Brooks's
Maybe
Brooks's Babble?
that's
Brooks's
stupid.
book.
He can run the banter.
Brooks's book.
banter.
Brooks's banter.
Stupid failure. Only did the banter.
Well,
Whatever.
Luca can take over the trivia section. It'd be Luca's lies. And they're all lies. The trivia is just like
True or
super-
false? They're all false.
Well, Connor, what's your review?
Just a
of the-
really frustrating.
What's your review of the music video, though? I have to know.
I thought it was really funny. I don't know if I thought it was funny for the reasons that it was intended to be funny.
Let me tell you the beauty.
I thought it was funny because I was like, oh, there's a second verse.
yeah.
And then I was like, oh, there's a third verse. And it just kept on going. And then I clicked on it and saw how much longer was in the video. That made me laugh really hard that it kept going. But again, I'm not sure I was laughing for the reasons I was supposed to.
It's such a funny thing because
I thought it was very
watching
funny.
somebody react to it. It starts and it's so long, and then there's
Whenever
like the little
he starts
speaking
singing.
piece. and then it's still another like break, and it takes like 2 minutes for the beat to drop, and then he's like the singing comes in, and like at that point you're so shocked because you're like, I thought I knew what I was looking at by that point. Like,
yeah, it says all the B-roll, and you're like, oh, this is interesting.
like a
and then you
disc
see him in
promo,
the
and it's
costume,
kinda-
and you're like, oh, that's kind of funny. And then he starts singing.
Came
It's
out.
a whole nother
It
level.
felt like the Masked Singer, like that
It
show.
did.
Yeah.
That was
I knew
Disc
who
Golf's
it was.
Dude, how did I miss that one? Oh my gosh.
He wasn't wearing a mask.
I know, but photoshopping him onto the Masked Singer like show, like on the stage,
That would be
have been
funny.
so funny.
I think I'm going to perform
Is it
that
dead
song
yet?
live
Is
at
it dead
open
yet,
mic
or can
night.
I still do that?
You can try it.
I'm
I
going to
can
go
try.
to an open mic night, and I'm going to perform that song.
It's a pretty good song.
Um,
Grammy nominated.
one thing
mind
that
you.
I feel like
Tony
'cause
nominated.
Oh, we're
as well.
definitely going to have to give out a grippy for that.
I don't want to allow it to control.
We have to give out a grippy for that.
We do have to give
I'm
out a
gonna
grippy
write
for
that
that.
down. I'm
I would
doing a
like
better
both.
thing this year where I'm like starting to write these down,
That way,
and we're gonna have way better grippy awards. Because
So
we're
I'm
gonna keep
I'm
track.
knee deep in
water
AI.
What if we just give him a grippy award for a Grammy? Like it's a Grammy award, but it's a grippy award.
It's a grippy award for most likely to win a Grammy.
There we go.
There you go.
I'm knee deep right now in
The water somewhere.
trying to make a AI song.
Yeah,
That's what I've been looking at. Because I was like, we were gonna do this later in the show. Let's just kick it off with this, right? Connor's back, vibes are high.
Hey, you're going to
Let's
hear
write-
us all be very nice to each other because usually whenever we all kind of return from not seeing each other for a while, the animosity doesn't sink in until like at least the afternoon.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't want to allow it to control my MIDI devices. I don't want. I don't even know what my MIDI devices are.
It's already controlling your MIDI devices, man. If you're just now
Getting
reading
started.
that, you're off the grid.
What are we even looking at right
You're in
now?
the system.
I want both.
AI. We'll probably have to start with the lyrics are probably going to
Let's start with AI lyrics. Okay.
Can we have it sing it too?
That's what I'm hoping it'll allow me to sing it
Can
as
it
well.
just
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I want it just to full on.
What
make
is
a
our
song.
mood, style, or genre that we want?
Oh, probably.
How about we all say one genre and we combine them?
Are there options?
I think we
I
can
can
just
just
type.
type.
This is AI, baby.
It is AI.
You
Okay.
just free ball.
I'm going.
I feel like it should be a hip hop song. So I'm gonna write hip hop.
Okay.
Okay, hip hop. I'm gonna
Can we-
say
can we get-
fusion.
Can we say?
Fusion,
Can we just say like old school hip hop?
old school
fusion.
fusion hip hop.
There we go.
Because I want like old school hip hop.
Yeah, old school
Old
fusion hip
school
hop. I don't know what fusion is,
fusion.
but I
I'm
said
gonna write
it.
clean in there, just
Yeah.
because we learned prior to this episode that
Dude, AI's got
AI
no
got-
limits.
AI will write some crazy
AI
stuff.
may or may not have dropped
Things
the
that
swear
I
on
didn't
us
realize that they
right
had
before we
the
hopped on here.
authority to say.
I was testing this with Chat GPT, and it just wrote some heinous lyrics.
It's very
Yeah, it was-
inhumane, but it's because it's not a human.
So I'm gonna write disc golf first. Any other things we should put in here? What else should we write it about? Should we write foundation disc golf?
Well, do we want to give it a?
Throwing.
I would say, do we
throwing.
want to give it a theme? Though? Like, do we want to give it a story? Like somebody trying to win a disc golf tournament?
Yeah,
Or
let's
do we
try
just-
that. Winning a disc golf tournament.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like so
I
that way
like
there's
that.
like there's a story to it. This is
Creative.
every good country song has a story.
It's true.
All
This
right.
could be the next Chris
Good point,
Stapleton.
Except for it's fusion
Okay.
old school hip hop.
All right, I've got the lyrics.
Okay.
Okay, that is imported.
This is incredible. Now what happens?
Now what happens? Okay,
Number one
we're
disc
just gonna
golf
write
podcast.
this,
How many
here.
verses is there?
3
3 verses.
Oh, it's
grip
not enough.
locked rap. Okay,
The chorus is everything.
Oh, there's a rap now?
I don't know. Random song generator. Oh no, I shouldn't have hit that.
You're gonna ruin it.
Lyric saved successfully.
Oh, thank goodness. What just happened? Turns out what Eagle McMahon.
Well, let me
did
just
was
tell
really
you.
great.
Let me tell you let me just read you the first lyrics of
Okay.
this new
Yeah.
one. It just redid, and I just think the first 2 lines are funny. Yo, listen up. Let me spit some truths in this old school fusion clean hip hop booth.
Went right for it.
Yeah, wow.
That was a random one though.
That was random. Okay, so I did that. AI instrument now, please.
Oh, can we add? Is there a one for voice?
What are you doing this
vocals?
No
free ads.
No free ads.
on? Okay.
Uh,
Sorry about that.
What should it
Yeah, how dare
create?
you.
Old school
Fusion hip hop.
fusion hip hop. Who's prepared to perform this if it?
Nobody.
Doesn't do
How
it.
about the
I don't
only
think I could do
musician
this to
here?
myself.
It's
I do think it
Konner.
has to be
Yeah, it was
Konner.
Hunter.
I think it has to be Konner. All right. Well, this is Fusion
I'm not
Groove
going to do this, just to be clear.
number 1.
Fusion Groove number 1. Okay, let's run it. What if it's so loud? What am I listening
what
to?
is Let's try. I gotta had to upgrade for more music. Okay.
That's actually way funnier though. If like
Customize sample in the editor.
That's some dope fusion, old school hip hop.
Okay, so just take the lyrics and see if you can find an AI singer, and then just copy them in.
Good idea.
Good idea.
AI singer.
There's just different layers of AI.
AI voice song generator. Get started. It's free. Thank you.
There we go.
Free.
Get started.
I'm signing up for so many.
Yeah, Hunter's getting wrecked right now.
Hello there. Welcome back. Convert voice.
Convert voice.
Selective voice. Royalty-free voices.
Can we have Michael Bublé?
No, dude. Will Smith.
I show speed.
Oh, these are AI voices. Like we can make Kendrick Lamar do our song.
Yeah, we should definitely have Kendrick Lamar do it. Okay.
Big Ken.
I have to upload audio.
Is that who they're talking about when they say Kenny
No.
in disc golf? They're talking about Kendrick Lamar.
Yes.
I want to do it just from text. You know what I'm saying? This I have to record audio.
Man.
Yeah, dang, that's crazy how we're 12 minutes into this episode.
Konner, dude, you just got back.
Yeah, Konner, I don't understand
I'm
what's
so
going
sorry.
on here.
I thought it was funny. I wasn't
Free
trying to be
text
mean.
the song and AI music.
We've been doing
generate
a new
I
song
did it.
every episode since you've been gone.
Yeah, this is part
Since
of what
you've
we
been
do.
gone by
You guys
Kelly
wrote
Clarkson.
since you've been gone?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Pick your song. Let's just do. Do we like that?
Heck yeah,
Sure.
dude.
We like Levitate.
Hit him with it.
Sure, that sounds great.
Ed
That's
has
dope.
a pop voice with a warm and soothing tone.
Ed sounds great.
Yeah, dude. I love warm and soothing tones.
Okay. Test the voice.
He's beautiful.
Okay, we like Ed.
No
He
one
kind of
sounds
looks
good
like Konner
singing
as well.
live.
Did you notice
Okay,
that? He was a redhead
He
with
did
a
kind of
beard.
look like Konner.
What? Ed Sheeran?
Okay. Lyrics. Back to lyrics. Okay. Here is our
Edward
lyrics.
Schwarma?
Let's copy that in. This should be what I was looking for here.
Yeah, this is. I'm really excited right now. Is he only gonna sing, or is there gonna be music behind it?
Oh, is it only going to be one verse? Only one sentence?
Doesn't matter. It's all one sentence.
I think I can only do one sentence.
That doesn't
Okay.
make any sense.
Yo, listen for this fusion old school hip hop disc golf beat.
Create
That's
song.
gonna be it.
Well, that's a bummer.
Login/sign up. Well, this is what we're going to have. All right.
We're gonna
Enter
have
with
one
Google.
verse of our song.
Well, you just is a taste. This is a taste for everyone.
Okay, this will be a teaser. Full song drops next week.
You know what? I take back everything. This was so much work for Eagle to go through.
Yeah, I
I'm
agree.
really impressed.
Create song, please.
I think this is harder
All
than
right, it's
writing
creating
and
the song.
There's-
song.
I'm in queue. There's one creator ahead of me.
Now it's going.
Okay, Ed's recording for us.
this
He's
is-
recording the booth.
This is just the teaser. Keep in mind.
Here we go.
This is like when the
Yeah.
guy from Parks and Rec, when Ben does the
I can't wait for
claymation,
the
and it's like
new
2 seconds
disc called the
long.
Get Teaser.
You're gonna ruin your mic tent. It's gonna uppercut you. You're gonna twist it one way and it's gonna boom, hit you right on the chin. Is this a pass through? Can I charge my phone in there?
I don't think so, T-Dog. I gotta talk like this because I am waiting for Ed's still in the recording booth.
This is a crazy.
Come
Oh,
on,
here we go.
Ed.
Here we go.
Big
We got it.
Ed. Come on, Big Ed. Steady
All right.
Ed. Can we call him Steady Ed?
On the course I'm in, my zone throwing. It's like a pro with precision and focus. I look my challenge, however, quick every putt. I'm on fire and
This is the whole song. Oh no, that's it.
That wasn't. I'm not gonna lie. That wasn't that great. Yeah,
I think I put on a dragon costume and we drop it.
I don't think that his inflection was very good.
Yeah, he was not really.
Ed kind of sucked.
It was
the
like
beat, I think the beat didn't match.
he
the
recorded
lyrics.
it like he was a human who hadn't read the words yet, but he's a computer. I feel like he should have known better.
All right. Well, turns out what Eagle McMahon did should be praised.
Very impressive.
Very impressive.
Good job,
to be able to
Most
get-
likely to win a Grammy.
Yeah, it's not that song.
We just
but
confirmed.
we did just get our second nomination.
That is true. That is true. Ed is on
Throw
the
this
video right
disc
now.
with precision.
We might have to have some type of rap punishment in the future.
Gosh, that's painful.
Yeah. Well, it's punishment.
I got goosebumps already from how uncomfortable I am.
Crocal Open. This is what you actually come for, not the first 15 minutes of this episode.
Every time you say that, I think you're saying crokinole, like the game.
Yeah.
I actually want to play Crokinole now.
Should we do that now
This
instead?
table kind of reminds me of a
Dude, that
I
Crokinole
have a
table is
Crokinole
kinda-
table. I'll bring it for the banter. That's a good banter.
That's
You
a
bought
great
one?
idea.
yeah,
That's
I
a
bought one right after we went to Brody's
Talk
house.
about a crazy purchase.
Yeah.
Like, we were so high on that game.
I played it like 3 times.
Yeah, it's a great game.
I have the like shaker
Yeah.
salt and everything you do for it.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
It's a blast.
Play it on the banter.
I'll bring it for the banter
Yeah.
if I can remember. Ricky Wysocki took it down over Jakub Semirad, and Vino Makala came in third.
Dude, Ricky's back.
We had Kristin Tattar winning on FPO over Silva Saarinen, stopping her DGPT streak, and then Anelli came in third. I'm not going to try her last name. I'm sorry.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I just feel like I don't
I'm gonna
feel
need
like I
AI
would
to
do it.
sing that for us.
I don't feel like I would do it justice. But Kristin's back like she never left. She knocked off Silva from a DGPT streak. They were actually tied heading into the final round there, and then Kristin was able to just pull ahead. I was very excited for the final round because up to this point, when we've seen Silva playing, like there hasn't been anything that's shaken her. Not that she got shook in the final round. There was like rain and the weather wasn't the best, but Kristin went 6 under. Silva went even. She actually had the lead pretty early in the round. I think through 4 holes she was up by 1. No, she was up by 2 through 4 holes. And then Kristin took it back, and once Kristin took it back, she really just never looked back.
Yeah.
Silva was able to score. She just had too many bogeys that offset it. Like she had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 birdies, but had 6 bogeys as well. Whereas Kristin had 8 birdies and 2 bogeys.
That's math.
That's math. Kristin wins by 6. It was exciting though because round 1, Silva came out in the lead, 6 under. Kristin was lurking back there at 3 under, but like she was definitely still in it. We actually had Anakin in second right there. And then by round 2, Kristin fired off a 7 under, and they were tied at 10 under. That was where the excitement was.
Yeah.
And then round 3, Kristin takes it.
Question.
Answer.
Where were Evelina and Henna?
I don't think they were here, were they?
Correct. They were not.
They just played the Finnish Nationals. Actually, Evelina
I don't know how far away things are up there in Scandinavia, so maybe it was just a situation where they were just like, we're not going all the way out there to Norway.
Because Evelina won the Finnish National Championship, actually beat Silva there by, 9 strokes. And I believe Henna was here too. Maybe I was wrong. Yeah, Henna came in 5th there. So they both played that. Silva made the trek. Actually, a lot of players made the trek to play. It can't be far.
Where are these places at? Where's
Finland to Norway,
well,
Oslo, Norway.
Okay, Oslo.
Where was Finnish Nationals?
Yeah, that's what we need. That's what I want to know. Because like I think we all need a little perspective on what we're actually talking about. Right now.
Finnish Nationals was in Sipoo, Sipoo, Finland.
All right, they're far. Yeah, it's like you got to fly. I mean, it's if you were to. Is that actually like? Can you drive that? Is there a bridge?
Is there a bridge there? Has to be. Maybe there's like a.
Is that actually a thing? There's a bridge that goes.
Well, is there a bridge or is it like one of those you get on like a ferry?
That's a boat.
You get on a boat.
So it's not like it's a casual little travel.
It's like from here to Texas.
Yeah, I don't know what the flight would be. Yeah, it's far.
So it's like a few hour flight.
It's far.
So yeah, Evelina did not make the trip. Evelina or Henna.
That's fair.
So Kristin took it down. Silva second. The only other Ella Hansen was over there and Paige Pierce. There wasn't many other U.S. talent that made it over, but 2 Pro Tour winners from this year.
We got the duel we wanted, honestly, because I mean, really, the only storyline to shake out here was Kristin coming back versus Silva, who's been dominating, and we got a really exciting. I wish the final round would have stayed exciting.
Yeah.
But that was the duel we wanted, and I think the result doesn't shock me. I think it's a good win for Kristin because immediately she was able to go in and squash somebody with a lot of momentum, and I think that's a good boost. I think that'll put Kristin right back on track. I mean, she had an injured rib, so I don't know. Once that heals up, it's not like there's a ligament injury, an arm injury, anything like that. To where I'm sure I'm not saying it wasn't painful, but that's not going to be sitting in the back of your mind.
Yeah, like once you don't have pain, it's not like you're worried about if I move my elbow a weird way, which obviously she had that elbow injury last year.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see Missy Gannon. I would imagine is going to be at the European Open. She is. So the European Open will give us the full battle we really want, as long as Owen Scoggins also there. Owen Scoggins not going to be there, but. We'll have Kristin, we'll have Missy, we'll have Evelina, we'll have Henna, we'll have Ella, Silva, Kat Murch, Paige Pierce. Like, it'll be essentially a full field minus Owen Scoggins. That's the full battle we want to see. Because I want to just see where Silva stacks now, right? She's had this huge successful stretch. She hasn't finished outside the top, well, other than the A tier. Actually, no, she still finished top 3. Hasn't finished outside the top 3 since Champions Cup in April. She came in 4th. There, so it's just been a very dominant stretch. It's like when the field gets full again, what does that still look like? In my opinion, from this weekend, right, is I feel like the MPO and FPO are flipped in this aspect, where I feel like the top talent almost in FPO, and we've known this for a while, I think, is European, right? If you look at, you have Kristin, Silva's up there, Annika Steen's been up there. You've had Lucky Lawrenson, or Like, I think's her name. She's Throw Like Lucky on Instagram.
That's
Is
true.
why I pronounce it
That's
Lucky.
a sick name.
But you've had several of those players, and then on the flip side, you have Missy Gannon, Owen Scoggins, Paige, if you want to throw her in there, but very up and down.
Wouldn't do it.
Cat's out of there. So whereas on MPO, it's definitely a little bit more US Pro is the top of the field. Flipping over to MPO, only other thing I want to talk about on FPO actually is Kristin now has 3 Pro Tour wins on the season, yet she's still 6th in the DGPT standings because she hasn't played many events. So I'll be very interested as events start to drop, because you can only take, I think, 10 Pro Tour events, 14 total events. As those events start to drop, I'll be very curious as to how things actually shake out. Like, where is she actually? Because right now she's 200 points behind Owen Scoggins and Missy Gannon. Missy actually might be in the lead now, but they're like neck and neck. She's 200 points behind that race. But where is she actually? I wish there was a way to just find, adjusted where she is, because she should still hit the 10 Pro Tour. As long as she doesn't have another injury, she should hit that, and it'll be very interesting as things start to squish back together where she ends up.
I'd definitely much rather watch a slightly wounded field in Europe for the FPO than in the US, where we were just basically getting Missy, Own, and
Holland Hanley was popping up there, yeah.
But I'd much rather see this end of the field with the European players.
Yeah, that's actually a good question. I wonder if Holland will be at the European Open, because that's another player to throw in the mix here.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Because that's the tough part, is just it's so hard to get a full field. No. She's not. It's so hard to get a full field during this stretch.
Yeah.
Because then we're just missing out on certain players.
This season has been bizarre.
Just so spread out.
It's crazy. You take for granted those events at the beginning of the year where everybody's there. I need to remember that next year. Hey, these events are really important because there's going to be a huge stretch of the season potentially where both fields aren't completely together.
Yeah, because during that stretch you had Kristin. I misspoke earlier. Kristin just took down her 4th Pro Tour because she took down Waco. Yeah. I overlooked Jonesboro, Music City. She took down, and then she went on the stretch where she just came back from, because she missed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 events. Kristin.
That's insane.
We haven't seen her since Champions Cup.
She missed 9 events, and I think 4 puts her in the lead for most wins.
I believe so.
I think Owen has. Do Owen and Missy have 2 or 3?
I think Evelina has 3. Looking at 1, 2, 3. Evelina has 3. Missy, I think, just got her 3rd. Yes, Missy has 3. So Kristin should be in the lead with 4 wins.
And she missed all those events.
And she missed 9 events because she won Waco full field, completely full field. Yeah. She won Jonesboro, completely full field. Music City, not a full field, missing Missy and Own. And then she won here, not a full field. Whereas Missy's wins have come, she won U.S. Women's, obviously that was a full field. She won DDO, relatively full field, missing Kristin. And then she won the Preserve, missing Kristin. Yeah. And Evelina and Hannah.
The other competitors have had impressive wins for sure.
It's definitely been an interesting season. I'm just curious, once the points shake up, where do we actually stand right now? Because I feel like it's pretty close. Who's the number 1 player in the world?
It should be.
Kristin just is out of that conversation points-wise because of she missed 9 events. You can't miss 9 events and be in the middle of the season. Right. On MPO's side, Ricky absolutely dominated the course this weekend. He went 13 under course record round 1, 12 under round 2, and then coasted home during the final round. He still put up an 8 under, but just coasted home. Only player to go bogey free all weekend out there.
And that course, to go bogey free out there were some challenging holes.
Very.
Some really, really tough holes. I mean, that par 4, I think the par 4 was playing second hardest. It was on the back 9. I can't remember the exact hole. It was playing second hardest for the weekend. It was probably 14 then.
14's a par 3.
Maybe it did end up playing. No, it was
the hardest is hole 5. On the back you had
is this 12? For all the rounds?
This is round 3. Oh. I can't. There's no way to see all the rounds.
Well, it was like 790 feet. It was far. It was a far hole.
755, hole 17. That's you're thinking of, or hole 15, 984, par 5. 791 played as the easiest hole.
Well, it wasn't that one. It might have been.
Oh, wait. There you go. Hardest hole. 791, par 4.
Yeah. Okay. So it was hole 8. Yeah, that hole was unreal. You're throwing down a tunnel and then this blind hyzer into the woods. That was I remember just seeing where players' drives were landing and being that was one of the most unreal drives I've ever seen, and then having to see what they were doing on their second shot. And I was like, how is that drive still required that 400-foot blind hyzer? It was crazy.
62% of the field bogeyed that in round 3.
Nuts.
But yeah, I mean, there were several
kinda-
holes that. Let's look at the bogey percent. I mean, final round you had 62% bogey in hole 8. That doesn't include double bogeys, which is another 20% double bogey plus.
A lot of that course.
Like there's a lot of holes on this course that over 50% of the field was bogeying or worse.
There's some tight greens, and a lot of that course too was if you got into like all of the forest that surrounded the greens and the rough were like that those kind of forests where you could hit the first tree and just be on the edge and have a putt out or an easy throw out, or if you get that one unfortunate slot where you just get sucked all the way in and then you turn around and look back out and you're like, how do I get out of here?
There's a lot of elevation near greens where too, like if you went down, I don't remember what hole it was, but it was on the front 9. You were approaching a really slanted green, very tucked in. OB kind of bubbled up and came in and went around. You had this basket on a slanted green, and then if you went in the woods, it just kind of you were gone.
Just dropped
like if you just went down there, it was just kind of
water in
luck.
play as well. Really,
it was a very hard course.
Really, I mean, it's an incredible course.
Yeah. But like I said, only player to go bogey free, kind of just dominated. It was interesting to see the U.S. talent mixed with the European talent because of the top 20, 12 were U.S. touring pros. If you extend it to the top 25, 15 were U.S. touring pros. So the top 20, pretty close to a 50-50 split.
Yeah.
If you look at the podium out here, now it was the European pros that have come over and toured, right? You had Ricky winning, then you had Jakub Simrad, Vino Makala, Niklas Antila right behind him.
I mean, those three have been like kind of the guys in Europe right now. I like obviously Niklas especially has been incredible.
Very much so.
But Vino and Jakub has been. I think Jakub is so underrated because he's been so impressive for like a couple seasons now and just hasn't been able to get that Pro Tour win, but it's coming. And like if you look at this tournament, if it weren't for Ricky just shooting the lights out, like Jakub was making it a competition. Like he was staying with him.
He was the only one that was close.
He would have won on any other weekend where Ricky wasn't just going ballistic because there was a lot of other talented players in that field that did not shoot as well. Like you had some of the I mean Gannon Burr, for example.
AB was over
well
there.
off the pace. AB.
This was a great tournament because you had the only
Really
top
good
player
players.
missing was Calvin Heimberg.
Yeah.
Which is funny that
honestly, it's pretty impressive.
Did
Paul finished as high up as he did?
To pause, did you hear why Calvin ended up playing the back-to-back events?
He felt bad. He forgot to unsign up.
I don't even know if you probably while you were gone, Konner, we had the most mind-boggling thing that happened. Okay, Calvin Heimberg played a tournament, then flew over to play the Swedish Open. Believe.
Yeah.
Flew over to Sweden, okay, to play a tournament. Not that crazy. He showed up the night before the event, played the round blind, didn't play great, right? Played his 3 rounds. He was still signed up for Des Moines that started like 3 days later.
Okay.
Back in the U.S.
Yeah.
On the preview show, we're like, that's just wrong. He's not playing it. Like, there's no way.
Because
he just played the Swedish
all
Open.
the events are coming up in Europe.
Yeah,
like,
he's
why
like,
would you fly back?
He's clearly just going to stay in Europe. And then they gave him a tee time. And then he played the Des Moines Challenge. We're like, what is this dude doing back? And then he like came out and during a press conference or whatever said like he basically originally signed up for both events and forgot to tell the TD he wasn't going to play the Swedish Open. And so he felt bad because like they were expecting him. They were excited for him to come. So he was just like, we'll just send it. So he just flew over there, played the event, and then flew straight back to the U.S., played Des Moines, and now is headed back to Europe for the European Open.
Oh, my gosh.
It's very relatable because I'm that guy who can be in the drive-thru and like they forget my ketchup and just be like, I just don't want to inconvenience them, which is like obviously
a little different than hopping on an international flight.
But I'm just saying like I have that personality trait where especially if I feel like I did something wrong. Now the drive-thru thing's different, but like this thing where it's like if I felt like I should have let them know they were looking forward to it, I could have seen myself doing the same thing, being like, yeah, I'm just gonna send it.
Especially being Calvin Heimberg, where like it's one thing if you're not to. I'm gonna just Greg Barsby. Okay?
Oh, not Greg with two Gs. Greg
I
with
scrolled
3 Gs,
down and
man.
looked. I scrolled down. He was the first one, or James Proctor, right? Where like people are gonna be excited you're coming over.
Yeah.
But it's not like you're the number 1 player in the world over the last several seasons.
Yeah.
Like Calvin, where like people are like
he's like making the tournament.
people were probably
good.
making plans like I get to go watch Calvin play.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a different ball game when
Shout
you're
out
like
Calvin, he's got grit.
shoot, I forgot to tell him I'm not coming, and like people have like made trips, probably planned trips from hours away, maybe different countries because Europe's way closer, like different countries to come watch me play. I got to get over there.
Dang.
So he did that. He went over, but he didn't come back for the Crow Call Open.
Calvin just became my late grandfather's favorite disc golfer.
Okay.
Yeah, because my grandpa Kennedy, one time my grandma was buying a entertainment system off of Facebook Marketplace, and she messaged these people and said that she was interested in this one that was for like $300, and then like a day later she found the exact same one. Somebody was listing it for like $80, and she was like, never mind, I'm gonna get this one instead. And my grandpa said no, that she had to go buy the $300 one. And
because she had told him they were interested.
And all she said was she was interested. And I was like, Grandpa, why'd you make her do that? And he said, man's nothing without his word.
There you go. Yeah.
So, you know what, Calvin? A man is nothing without his word.
Yeah,
he just got
over.
Grandpa Kennedy's approval.
That'd be an award. The
The
Grandpa
Kennedy Award.
Sticking to your word.
Yeah, so Beaver State ended on June 9th. He had plenty of time to get over Sweden, played June 28th through the 30th, and then flew home. Crazy. But he didn't play the Krokel Open, but he was the only player that was missing.
Good for him.
But yeah, Jakub had 28 under, Ricky 33 under, and then Vino was at 23. So Jakub was 5 clear of the field. It's similar to when Paul and Eagle were having the European Open shootout, where it's like Eagle won, but it's like, well, any other weekend, Paul would have just obliterated the field.
Yeah, the rest
it's
of
a similar thing of like,
it's a huge group behind
Ricky won by 5. If Ricky's not there, Jakub Simrad wins by 5. But it's just like, since Ricky was there, you don't get your flowers. Sorry.
No flowers.
Sorry, Jakub.
I like Jakub a lot.
The other, so because what ended up happening leaderboard wide is you have Jakub Simrad, Vino Makala, Nicholas Antela, and then it goes the group of U.S. pros: Joseph Anderson, Paul Macbeth, Adam Hammes, Yuli, AB, Gannon Bird, Jake Wolf, Eagle McMahon. And then you have some European talent we haven't heard of that much, which is Peter Lund, I believe is how you pronounce it. Timu Talikinen.
Very good.
Jona Heinonen.
We've heard of him.
Yep. Ramses Tuominen.
Very good.
And then a Matthew Oram.
And Randon Lotta kind of sounds like it.
Randon Lotta, yeah. I thought it was funny. Like, I was going down counting and I saw Samuel Heinonen. And I was like, oh, he's European. I was like, his first name's Samuel. I should double check. He was European. Yeah, he's from Finland.
Fair
but
enough.
You just see Samuel, man. I just didn't know.
You just didn't know.
But yeah, it's like I said, 12 of the top 20 American, 8 of the top 20. Like, it's almost 50.
Let me tell you a takeaway I had from this event.
Tell me.
Trevor's takeaway.
I saw a larger collective of this type of shot than I've ever seen at a disc golf tournament, and this is somebody trying to take a disc that's hecka flippy and throw a really inside-out hyzer flip with it when it probably doesn't need to, and shanking it left because you give it too much hyzer and you release it early left. And that's relatable because I've done
feeling. It's a
that. I saw
feeling.
some really good players throw that shot, and on situations where I'm like, what happened to just the good old-fashioned turnover, guys? Just take a neutral disc or maybe something with some ability and give it some anhyzer, a good shark throw,
Well, there's no such thing.
I just
as
had
a good
never.
shark
I don't
throw.
think I'd ever seen some players of this caliber. Like I saw AB and Paul both throw one where they went for that inside-out hyzer flip with a really flippy disc, and they released it on so much hyzer that just shanked it left.
Well, I think if you go with the hyzer flip, you can get it to
more straight
still
distance.
come back. Whereas if you go neutral on Annie, it'll hold, and then if you go overstable on Annie, it has to get right quick. It won't push straight first.
They shanked it into the woods, so I think that would have been better.
Well, yeah, it would have been better than what they did, but you can understand what they were trying to do. Of like get a disc to fly
I'm all about the
straight,
fundamentals.
move right, and then flatten straight down versus like.
I'm a fundamentals guy.
I get
man.
what you're saying.
Bounce passes and layups.
Yeah, the course is incredible though.
You mean skip shots?
Obviously, the property played a big role in it, but I think now that I've seen several European tournaments, and I'm gonna try to phrase this in a way that doesn't take away from the communities that put so much effort into the courses in the U.S. But I think we don't have as much control over the property, maybe.
We also
but
might not have the resources.
maybe not the resources. They treat disc golf so seriously over there that like the course the grass was manicured to a level you don't see unless you're on a golf course.
Yeah.
In the U.S., basically, the OB is marked so clearly and so professionally with stakes. I still think a big part of it is just there's the pull back on advertisements. Because I think the European Pro Tour must be sold separately. So, like, the OB's not just lined with Zuka, you know what I'm saying? Nothing against Zuka. It's just like when they have all of the banners, they just repeat whatever brand you choose. That just makes it look a little cheaper.
Sure.
And then, like, the mulch around the baskets, even the fairways in the woods didn't have, like, sticks laying all over it. The grass looked like you couldn't even find an acorn out there. The tee pads, a lot of the tee pads were really nicely built up. There was a lot of like wood building up the greens, like just the attention to detail and like how much went into this course, really played through the camera, which this is the number one course in the world, UDisc, according to UDisc.
It looks it.
And it looked it. It felt it.
I'd like to know the context of what kind of funding and care goes into the course, and like, is it a matter of like, oh, they just want it more, like they're just trying harder, or is it just like, is there things we don't know, like, yeah, oh, by the way, this park is funded by this incredibly wealthy family, or all the effort poured in by disc golf is this army of volunteers that are also like where is it coming from? Because at the end of the day, we do have a lot of great properties and disc golf properties in the U.S. certainly.
Yeah.
But when it comes to, I mean, some of their geography just happens to already afford some really scenic shots, but like the little brooks that run by the green or little man-made ponds, like that is things that can exist. It just takes money and effort.
Look at their website design.
They go hard in the paint.
As you're like scrolling on the website, the crocoldgc.norway, it has like a flight tracker that like takes you down like you're playing holes. It's all in Norwegian, so I don't know what it's saying.
Can we do
That's
that
cool.
on our site?
It's very cool. I don't know how to do it. It's 50 Nokia currency. Nokia. It's 50 Razor flip phones.
I was about to say the same thing.
It's 50 of Norway's currency. You can book on this Sweet Spot app. They have an app to book tee times on, which is sick. It's definitely a golf app. But yeah, it's 50 to play out there. I don't know. Let's translate that to US dollars. USD. $5. $5 for a round. So
that's
makes perfect
so
sense.
reasonable.
It's actually free if you play. The course is free to play weekdays before 12 and weekends after 5. So basically, just pay to play in the prime time.
That's awesome.
I was trying to see. It is seasonal, so I don't know if this is like.
So like they're not generating a ton of revenue that way. So that's
the clubhouse has a cafe on the first floor and disc golf pro shop on the second floor.
We're going here.
Cafe serves burgers, sandwiches, hot dogs, and ice cold beer, plus other food and drinks and snacks. You can call in your order.
Dang.
Pro shop covers all your needs. Tells you how to get there by bus. I was trying to see like, what is this park? Like, is this just a disc golf course? Is there something else that goes on here? You know what I'm saying?
Like, what is the property, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I can't really
own the
find
property,
that.
or is it a public park? Like, if you go to the map, does it say like so and so park? Probably isn't the way I would have googled that.
I don't know how to Google
maybe
it.
gone for like a park or a public.
But
park.
I don't know if like Crocold.
Well, that might help.
Let's look here. Exploring the course. Championship Valley disc golf course just outside of Oslo, Norway, established in 2018 with the help of a huge team of volunteers. It became the #1 course in the region. Spectacular scenery, rolling hills. The course is a mix of fairly open and woodsy golf. Very challenging. Gold layout's a par 62 with a high SSA. It requires power and control to score well. Since the design process started, the goal was to give the best players in the world a real challenge. Par is rated just above 1,000. Blue layout, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it doesn't say like if it's anything else.
Yeah, and it's these European courses are interesting because you have to see them played, because there is a handful of courses that have similar vibes to this one where the terrain and the manicured level are just so head and shoulders above a lot what you see in the U.S. And so like you look at them and immediately think, well, that has to be the best course in the world. But seeing it actually played out on tour even helps that, because now you're like, well, yeah, it just like looks like it plays really well too. Because like we just played Maple Hill, and that was the coolest disc golf course I've ever played. That was so awesome. But you look even Maple Hill, and it's a different feel. It's a different type of property. But if you look at Maple Hill and the level of attention to that, which there is a lot compared to this, I'm not afraid to say that like it's a big difference. Like this looks insane.
Yeah, no, having just like,
I mean, like it just looks crazy.
I'm be straight with you. This is what the future of disc golf looks like.
Yeah.
And if that means it's European, that means it's European. But like, this is what if you were to put the time and energy and effort people put into a golf course into a disc golf course,
this is what it would look like.
I feel like this is what it would look like.
Totally.
And what's crazy is, I don't feel like it's that hard.
Well,
it takes a lot of time.
Similar to a golf course, 90% of the battle is turf management. If you have grass and it all looks really nice, that helps. That goes a real long way.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just
and then I'd say the next 5% is signage, and the 5% after that is maybe features, like having a water feature,
Like
or
even just like a lot of them were professional photos, but even people's like just iPhone pictures out there.
yeah, it looks mystical.
crazy.
It looks mystical, and a lot of it, like you
There's a
notice,
pole- what the-
like you notice what catches your eye every time though, the grass.
It's the
so
grass. That's what I'm
green
saying.
and
It's
it's
the
so
grass.
perfect. Maybe we're just grass addicts.
Maybe. Maybe
be.
I'm. Nope.
Are we? Like, let us know in the comments. Like, are we talking out of our butt, or like, do you also see this course and think to yourself like, there's just nothing?
Because that's what I was telling Trevor. Like,
Because like I'm sorry, but I'm not going to hear the people that are like, oh, I got a course in the Carolina woods. It's way better than that. Like you don't.
dang.
I'm sorry,
We
but
don't.
like this is a different
don't.
level. There's
No, but
levels to this game. We've played. We've sampled the best of the best.
We've played a lot of the
That the
top
US has-
top U.S. courses, and I think that
we've played Milo. We've played Maple Hill.
we
played,
live in New London.
Well, there's haters out there.
I was just thinking like what it is to me is, I don't know. I think the attention to detail is the best way to put it. Like the course all speaks the same language. Maple Hill is the closest.
Wow.
Maple Hill is the closest thing we have.
Delicious.
And Maple Hill, it's the fourth best course in the world, and I think it belongs there. Like it was the greatest disc golf experience I've ever had. It's just when you see Crocol, it's like, holy cow, there is better out there. Like it's crazy. And we've played like Eagles
to say
Crossing. We've played it, right? Crocol looks better, in my opinion.
yeah, it does.
It just does. I don't know what to tell you. Crazy.
There's also
awesome.
not artificial dinosaurs.
That is a big part of it. That is a big part. There's also not a train alarm that goes off when you step on a certain step on the way down for no reason.
Well, it's the train hole, Hunter.
There wasn't a train. There was no train.
Train tracks.
I stood there for 20 minutes
waiting
waiting for the train to go by. Never came by.
that entire. Well, and what about the Buddha? Remember that
No, I don't
giant
remember that.
statue?
Yeah, I do now.
There was all kinds of crazy.
That
Easter
course
eggs.
was just interesting.
It was a fever dream. A lot of fun.
Don't even get me
blast.
started on the giant Easter eggs.
The
And the
Manufacturer
Easter
Cup update. Ricky's win leads Dynamic Discs, leading total points for the week, with earning them 25 points. We had a really good spread here, but Discraft was able to sneak in 4 players.
They always do.
The top 10 with 4, making this is a really close race. So Discmania is still in the lead at 388.75 points. Discraft's in second at 386.25. So 2 points separate them.
Wow.
Then a big old jump down to Innova at 186.58. Vino Makala, that switch, earned Innova a lot of points there. Dynamic is next at 150. Then Prodigy's at 87.5. Right behind them is Castaplast, which kind of still surprises me, at 77. DGA's at 60. Westside's at 56. Latitude's at 50. And then sneakily, Thought Space Athletics is in 10th at 43 points.
Wow, dirty sneaky. Is Proctor giving them points?
Yeah, I think Proctor is
Okay.
the one, and I guess Eric Oakley would too, points-wise. But, all right, it's time for the fan favorite segment, Trevor's Trivia, right after these messages. Connor, that's just for audio, man.
Okay.
Don't worry. You don't even have to cut that part out.
Don't even worry.
Do I have to cut
They're
this
already
part
back.
out?
Nope, you don't cut any of it
Oh,
out.
I'm keeping it all in.
Yeah, we break the fourth
Okay.
wall after this.
Oh,
right?
dang.
We smashed.
Ask
the
him.
fourth wall.
I'll ask him first.
Oh.
Seth, dude, how's 29 treating you? Connor, you want to call someone out?
No.
I forgot what we were doing there. It took me a second.
No one else wants to call anyone out? Just me and
Where
Seth?
am I?
Where am I? All right, guys.
Last week we got Trevor said one name, I said another name, and apparently
Did we get him?
that was a coworker and his boss.
Wow.
And they both listened to Grip Locked on their morning commute.
Dang.
They were having a morning.
So they probably walked in like, dude, did you hear my shout out on
they,
Grip
they
Locked?
probably dapped up perfect.
Oh,
Yeah. Did you make that noise?
No,
That was your hand?
that was our hand.
It sounded artificial.
It did.
Oh, it was you?
it's me, guys.
It's so funny because we hear it in our headphones.
Yeah, I
So
didn't even
know-
notice.
I was like,
man, that was crazy.
that's the craziest gaslighting I've ever been a part of.
If you wouldn't have
That is
said it,
power-
I just thought it was my hand. I was like, that was
that
weird.
didn't feel right.
It didn't. That's why I thought it just felt like a weird
What
flop.
impeccable timing.
Wow.
Wow.
All right, we're going to play Guess That Bag.
Okay, I love this. Yeah.
This is going to be like we did before with Paul's bag, where I tell you whose bag it is and from when, and you're guessing the discs in those bags, and you get more
Yes.
points for the rarity of the disc. Today we're going to be doing one of the most famous in the bags ever. This is
Emily
the Ken
Weatherman.
Climo
Oh.
Spin TV 2014 in the bag. This is my point and shoot disc, that one.
Okay.
Now, so for this bag, there are certain molds that he has one of. Those are worth the most points. And then obviously the more of that mold he has, the least points you get for it.
What year was
The less
this
points,
in the bag?
2014. But this
Okay.
is the in the bag that he has basically.
How many
the
molds
big one.
does he have in there?
How many different molds? I'm not gonna tell you that.
Okay.
Or maybe
I thought you had just said it. That's what I was asking.
no, I won't.
I don't expect anything of
I will, and then so you have an opportunity to make anywhere from 1 to 5 points. There are 2 molds in here I've considered the hardest to get bonus discs. One of them there's even 2 of in his bag, but they're both worth 5 points because I would be very impressed if you pulled either of them out of the hat. And we'll go until they're all gone, I guess. Konner, you're back, so you can go first.
you. The Condor.
Condor. He has 1 Condor. It's worth 4 points. Not
Oh, that
not
wasn't
the
the
bonus
rarest.
disc.
Wow. Great
Believe
guess,
it.
though.
What? How is that not the rarest? He only has 1.
That's a good point.
Do I have to pick one that he has 0 of?
No, that's the highest point total you can get based on just like how many he has.
said that you get
the
to 5.
bonus discs are they're given an extra point
okay.
because of how
Gotcha,
they're
gotcha.
very difficult to get.
Gotcha.
And to people listening, they might think, how did he guess the Condor? But like, if you've seen that in the bag a bunch,
Yeah.
you know.
What didn't he have a disc inside
That
the
fits.
Condor?
I know. I'm trying to think of it as well.
I figured. I figured.
Oh, was it his Sonic?
I'm wondering. I was wondering.
Yeah.
Is that 5 points?
No.
Really?
I didn't
I was
make
gonna-
those 5 points because I
was
figured
gonna
you
say
guys would
Sonic
immediately know Condor and Sonic.
I was gonna say Sonic.
Because
next.
yes, to the most viewers, but to us who have seen that video a lot, the 2 that are the bonus, I believe, are harder to get. Okay, back to you, Konner. Good first guesses though. You got 2 4-pointers off the board. There's only 1 more 4-pointer on the board.
I'll go Gazelle.
Nope.
What the frick was it that he had in his bag? That I'm thinking Gazelle.
I'm trying to guess the 5-pointer, so I'm just
That's
ignoring.
what I'm
I'm
thinking,
ignoring
too.
all the common ones. I'm gonna go Gator.
Nope.
Dang it.
We're just taking. You traded zeros, so
Coyote.
nope. Dang it. You guys are just playing this game interestingly.
We are. We're both off. We're after the big fish.
We're after the 5 because everyone's gonna get the 1-pointers.
You can go for the 4-pointer.
I thought I did. There's another 4-pointer.
There's another 4-pointers. There's 2 more 4-pointers, and yeah, there's 2 more 4-pointers. 2 more that he only has 1 of in his bag.
I got my next one.
Firebird.
There you go. There's 1 of them.
Yeah.
Whip it.
Nope.
Why would he have a Whippet and a Firebird?
Because he had a KC
Avery
Whip It.
Jenkins was.
There
the
was
one
a
that had
KC Whip It.
Not in
There's a
this in the
KC
bag.
Whip It.
Not in this in the bag.
But it wasn't a stupid.
So
guess.
there's one
No,
more
it was not a
4-pointer,
stupid
or
guess.
just the 5-pointer?
There is 1 more 4-pointer.
So there's one more of just 1 disc. It's probably gonna be his flippy one. We'll go Leopard.
No. No leopards.
Eagle.
No eagles.
2014. It could be a Leopard 3.
Could be.
Is that your guess?
Yeah.
No.
Dang.
This is crazy. Did not expect this game to work out this way.
Well, I know he has less. That'd be specific with AVR.
Yes, because the AVRs change based on their.
Okay. Well, I know he has less KC AVRs than he does KC Rocks. That's actually not true. No, I'll just go KC AVR.
Okay. He had 3 KC AVRs. That's worth 2 points.
That's points.
Yep.
Did that tie us up?
No,
no,
it should
you're
be
down
up by
2.
2. So I'll just go KC Rock.
Yeah, it's 4 KC Rocks.
Yeah,
That's
I
worth
figured.
1 point.
Dang.
2014.
Yeah. No, Wraith. I'll just go there.
Yeah, he has 4 race. That's worth 1 point.
Daggum, Ken. Pop off, King.
Has his name on it.
I'll
King
go
Ken.
T-Bird.
Yeah, he's 3 T-Birds. It's worth 2 points. There are still.
So I'm up by 4 now.
There are still 1, 2 normal ones. Or no, there's still. Sorry, 1
What is it, Konner? What is it?
that's relatively easy, and then 3 kind of harder ones left.
What's the disc you're thinking of, Konner? Konner, what is it? Pull it out. Oh, I know. It's right there on the tip of my tongue. I really feel like I remember, but that's not true. It's not. I can't think of the actual discs, but I'm just going to go on a limb. I feel like I remember him throwing a whale at one point.
Nope.
Then
There
what-
was a KC whale, but I don't
Yeah.
think he threw it.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm up by 4 points. So I just need to get one
There's
that
a
should be
disc
an
in that
obvious one.
slot, though. There's a disc in that slot. Hunter, at this point, I want you to help me. What was the disc in that slot?
Well, at this point, we've knocked out. So I've said T-Bird. We've already knocked out his Rocks. We've knocked out his Aviars. We've knocked out his Wraiths. We've knocked out his Firebird.
Yeah.
Still think there should be a Flippy, unless his T-Bird was his flippiest fairway. There should be a Flippy fairway, and there should be a Flippy or distance driver. Maybe that's the sneaky one. Paul threw the crate back then.
I don't remember.
But I
him
don't
having
think
a
he would
crate.
ever throw a crate, but he could have.
Yeah,
That could be because there's a 5-point disc out there. Big
There's
fish.
2 5-point discs.
2 different discs.
Two
or
different
2 of the
discs.
same
There's
disc.
2 different 5-point molds out there. There's a 4-point mold out there, and there's a 3-point mold out there.
Okay.
There's a lot of points.
One
on
of
the table.
one of these is definitely because I vaguely remember one of his newer discs, and I just was like, he's a sellout. Like he doesn't throw that, he doesn't throw that disc. That's got to be one of these.
Okay.
So what would be end of a newer disc around 2014?
It's also still a really easy 3-pointer on the board.
Wombat 3.
No.
Imagine.
I think he had a destroyer in his bag.
He had 2. That's worth
Okay.
3 points.
So now it's just the 5-pointers.
Now there is a 4-pointer and 2 5-pointers.
And I'm
I
up
will-
by 1 currently.
I will help you guys out at this point.
No.
No, because after Hunter goes, it will be even turns. Then I will help you guys out. I'll give you some hints.
I think I have one that might be a sneaky one.
So one of the 4-pointer he had one of, but I think it's guessable for sure. Then there's 2 5-pointers. One that there was one of that's very tough, and then one that there was 2 of that is very tough.
He has to have a Flippy. Well, the other question is the Rock the most overstable mid in his bag?
What else would be more stable?
I guessed Gator already.
Yeah. What else do they have at that time? I said Coyote.
Gator 3.
No. All right. So here's what I'll tell you guys. There is 1 fairway driver and 2 distance drivers left. The fairway is the 4-pointer. The distance drivers, each mold is the 5-pointers. And Hunter, one of the distance drivers, the one there was 2 of, Hunter was on a very smart train of thought with he was trying out some new discs, that kind of vibe. That was definitely the vibe you get from it.
So what was a new distance
you're
driver
looking
in
for 2
2014?
different distance driver molds and a fairway driver.
Colossus.
No.
Eagle L.
No.
Oh.
And I will say, I'll give out another hint now.
What was new in
The
2014?
fairway driver is a fairly classic mold, for sure.
Why can't I think of it then?
Both of the distance drivers are on the flippier scale of things.
Oh. Did he have a Daedalus?
No.
I think Daedalus came out too late.
Why did I think that he had one? Probably because it's
Just trying to think
probably
what
close
came out in 2014. Like, what was the distance driver of
I
2014?
have another one.
Right
I
now
have
it's a
another
1-point
guess.
game.
I've been holding onto this disc, thinking it's probably a dumb guess, but I'm gonna just go for it. This next one.
Yeah, there's really no bad guesses because these are tricky. One of them is it's very the fairway driver. Like I said, it's kind of a more classic mold. It's gettable.
This is
I'm gonna get
2014.
I'm gonna get that
Yeah.
one.
What time of year 2014?
Doesn't?
Probably during summer. Looked like it was Arizona in the summer.
I'm gonna get that one. I'm gonna take the fairway driver. Dibs. Hunter, go for the distance driver, okay?
I just feel like the distance driver shouldn't be hard to get.
I know. I
They're
don't know.
tough.
I'm pooping my
Oh, they're
pants right
tough.
now.
They shouldn't. Like the distance driver, like
I've
there's
so
not
many
that
poops in
many.
my pants.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
pretty
the
dark.
turn.
There's one of the 5
Yeah.
pointers.
Nice.
He had 2 turns in his bag.
Yeah.
Nice.
So there's one more.
2?
So there's one more. Yeah, he had 2. It looked like here, Kenny, throw these in your bag.
Yeah.
Try these out.
I
you
remember
old
him
man.
talking about him. Yeah.
So there's one more 5-pointer that he had 1 distance driver's bag and then a 4-pointer. So Connor, you would need to get them both to win.
I feel like he threw the TL. I'm just gonna say TL.
No. So if Hunter gets 1 more, he clinches.
So I'm already clinching. I've been clinching this whole game.
It's tricky, man. Kenny's got he's got like the most basic bag ever, and then he just has these weird sneaky molds that make it tough. And he doesn't have a lot of discs in general.
He has Firebird, he has T-Birds,
Kind of a classic mold fairway driver left over.
Sidewinder.
There it is.
Ah,
4 points.
nice.
The final
I
one.
knew it was a flippy
If you
fairway.
have one more distance driver guess, Connor, doesn't matter, but I'll give you one more guess at distance driver.
Yeah, I'll just take a guess. Distance driver, flippy distance driver, Mamba.
It's a real fast one. Not thrown
Corvette?
a lot at
Corvette?
all. Nope.
Corvette wouldn't have been
Older.
out yet.
It's old. It's not super old, but like when I got into disc golf, it was
I
out.
said the Colossus. What else
Colossus
is there?
wouldn't have been out yet back
Similar noise at the starting letter.
Oh, the I threw
Katana.
Oh yeah,
An EcoStar katana, mind
I remember
you.
that.
And it had
I
it is a
remember.
green one and it has a double stamp Star Mako stamp on it.
That's the reason why I had a katana in my bag.
I was
a
like,
long time ago.
I was thinking, I mean, the fact that you figured out turn eventually, it was pretty good. But if I was like, if any of
only
these
reason
guys pull out katana, they've seen that more than I have.
The only reason I landed on turn was I was
was
just
so,
thinking
like-
what came out in 2014.
Yeah, it was so big.
Because I was
Yeah.
Mystere is where I was stuck because Mystere came out in 2015, 2016, somewhere in that range.
Yeah.
And that was like an 11 speed, and I was like, it's got to be. It was before that.
Crazy.
It's turn.
Kenny the Champ, man.
that was fun. That was a good one.
Okay, I wanted to first off, I just wanted to ask: did you all see the DGPT survey that went
I
out
did
on
not.
DGN?
And I love a good survey.
No,
It
sir.
went, okay, so they
do I need to
notified.
contribute?
Well, I don't know how you get to it because they notified my like via DGN. I got a notification that said
Oh.
like, we want your thoughts.
I think I saw that.
And I clicked on it, and it just opened up a survey, and it had you like, who are your top 3 favorite commentators? Who are your top 3 least favorite commentators?
Oh, man.
Rank, and then you had to like rank DGN, like features DGN currently has. Rank these 1 through 6. What's most important to you? I put 60 frames a second at 6. I would have put it at 0. Because like, why are we putting any time, energy, or resource into 60 frames a second? We got a lot of other things to figure out. But
There are
anyways,
a lot of things to figure out.
and then it was like, which are the next features that you would want to see the most? And you
Silas
rank
were here,
those.
though. He would highly contradict you. He's a freak for the 60 frames a second.
Here's my opinion. As a
No,
casual,
he's the one that said nobody streams at 60 frames per second.
Oh.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think
what is
yeah.
the thing he cared about then? That he's
that
getting all
he
fired?
said, why are they doing 60 frames per second? Nobody streams.
Yeah,
at
I
60
think-
frames.
so that's a feature
Nobody
they have
broadcasts.
now.
They have
That's
that
what
now.
he was fired about.
He said
Okay.
nobody broadcasts.
Gosh, I
at
almost
60 frames per second.
misrepresented
Because to
you,
me,
Silas. My bad.
when I'm sitting at home, like, you don't notice a difference.
No, I don't care.
Yeah, like I just when the frames per second doesn't matter if the broadcast isn't clear.
Good point.
So then it doesn't matter if we
Point
don't have good
Hunter.
service. But I forget the rest of it. But I just thought it was very interesting that
People
you
were
said they
fired
threw
up
that
about
out.
the coverage this past. They were saying there was having problems with the app this past weekend.
Yeah, I didn't have any problem. That was one of the things. Is like, have you had a problem with it this
I did
year?
not.
And I put no, I haven't yet.
That's nice that
And
they
to
at
be
least
fair,
put
I've
out a
watched on
survey.
a lot of different platforms. I've watched on PlayStation, phone, laptop.
Yeah, I've tried a
and
bunch of
my
stuff.
Roku TV and Apple TV.
That's what I have: a Google TV
and that Fire TV.
Dang,
Google
what the
TV,
heck,
Roku
Trev?
TV,
I
Apple
have
TV
so
over
many
here.
Has so many media.
Oh my gosh.
AirPlay from an iPad out there.
There's
in a
an
retail
airplane
store.
on the iPad out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, we have an airplane.
Yep.
The Foundation Jet. We got that while you were gone.
Foundation
Yeah.
Fighter Jet.
Just Silas is on it right now. You can get it later.
It's a Boeing though, so
Yeah,
prayers
best
up
of
for
luck.
Silas.
Well, now prayers up for you after saying something about it.
I
The
actually just got felt with real fear.
Epstein Island.
the other thing I wanted to bring
I know you've
up,
been gone a while.
Murder.
Chill.
Something about murder.
the other thing I wanted to bring up is I just saw this on Reddit. I lurk on Reddit, and
I stay lurking on
they
Reddit.
posted the
Sounds like a
unique-
mug.
the winners.
I
all
lurk
the-
on Reddit.
all the winners so far this year.
It's a pretty boring
Because like
list, isn't it?
FPO, well, no, FPO is typical. Like, there's like a bunch of parody. MPO, I was pretty like surprised by the parody this year.
Really?
Like you
It's
have
like
your
a few guys,
you have your
that are
dominant names.
dominating. What are you talking about?
Yeah, Barella, Burr. But now this is where things get interesting, right?
Who's
So Barella
Barella,
has
Burr?
4 wins. Gannon Burr has 3 wins.
Okay, but if you take Barella, Burr, Heimberg, and Ricky, they're probably 90% of the wins.
We still have Nicholas Antela, Simon Lazard, Andrew Presnell, Niemanen, Jesse Niemanen, and James Proctor.
So 6 of the how many events?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. But I mean, you gave me 5 names.
So I'm saying about 4 names. So 3/4 of the events are won by the dominant 4 in the game right now.
Yeah. But this is the interesting thing.
Which
Is the dominant
is
4
whatever.
is getting very hairy because now
I don't
you
really
have
hate that. I'm just
Ricky has won. This was Ricky's 2nd win. Heimberg is also at 2 wins. AB is at 4 wins. Gannon Burr is at 3 wins.
cue up that player of the year question
I
for
was saying,
debate night.
the player of the year.
Now that Ricky has got his 2nd win, where do you see? I won't do it.
The player of the year thing, because like now there's only been 1 major so far. Andrew Presnell took it down. If Ricky,
I want Andrew President to win a 2nd
if
major
Ricky,
so bad.
Calvin Heimberg, Gannon Burr, or AB, really not AB because AB has 4 wins, but if Burr, Heimberg, or Ricky wins a major, the European Open, like the player of the year gets super, super hairy.
Rick coming on strong like that. I mean, I can practically hear you on the preview show being like, I think this is the weekend that Ricky gets it done.
No, I said that for the preserve, and I was right.
I know. But like after this win, it's like it's written in the stars. Like oh man. But to be fair, last year we said kind of the similar thing about Paul. He won PCS, and we were like, I mean, this is it. Like, he's got European Open coming up next. It's his event. Just won PCS. He's back. What happened?
Has Ricky won the European Open? Surely.
Don't know.
Yeah, he has, because I think the only major he hasn't won is USDGC.
You might be right about that.
He's definitely giving off Big Rick energy.
Yeah.
He won the European Masters. No, he hasn't won the European Open.
Oh.
He's won Worlds, the Aussie Open, Worlds, European Masters, Japan Open, PDGA Championship, and then AM Worlds. When was European Masters at the same place? They just called it something different? I don't think it was. I think there was a different event. Yeah, it was in Stockholm, Sweden. So yeah, Ricky's never won the European Open or USDGC or Champions Cup. So Ricky has only won one of the 4 current majors.
Hit him with it.
And he hasn't won a major since 2017. Separate thing. But that'd be interesting. But I just thought it was we now have 2 players with 2 wins, 1 player with 3 wins, 1 player with 4 wins. I was looking at that picture and I was like, man, things are getting real interesting, because you also Ricky, you kind of like Ricky at certain events down the stretch here more than you would like a AB, or Gannon is kind of like the Calvin of last year, where he's just gonna be in the mix everywhere.
Yeah.
AB, I feel like has proven to be a little bit more course specific, but he could still win anywhere. He just feels a little bit more course specific. But
Why do you say that?
Because he had that stretch where he didn't play good.
Yeah,
and those courses were courses that I told you AB isn't going to play good here.
Well, he played well at Champions Cup. He said he was going to play well there.
He played well. I mean, he hasn't played bad all year. His worst finish is what?
Right,
18?
I'm just saying. I would say it's course specific. If he played well at the woodsiest course out there, I don't think his course was specific at all. I don't think that's fair.
Champions Cup, he came in 10th.
That's top 10 in a major.
Yeah. But I'm saying compared to the one that scratches my head is 14th, 18th at DDO and OTB. That makes me scratch my head.
I don't think I would say that he has. Well, I mean, he is consistent. He had a bad couple events.
He went 10th, 14th,
but
18th,
I don't think it had
44th,
anything to do with
61st.
the courses. I think he just.
I just like other players more when woods get more involved. Andrew Presnell.
That's a fair statement. Oh, of course.
Yeah, you got when.
He's our wooded king.
Yeah, when you get the woods involved, you got to go to the pretzel.
Yeah, there's something there.
Yeah.
Pretzel. Andrew Pretzel merge. Andrew Pretzels would be. I would buy a bag of Andrew Pretzels.
Whenever the fairways,
can we get a claim on that?
He needs to go. He needs to link up with Double G.
Whenever the fairways get
Andrew
twisty,
Pretzels.
you want the pretzel.
Yeah, when the
There
fairways
you
get
go.
twisty.
Yeah.
You gotta go with the pretzel.
We have an entire. Somebody get this guy on the phone right now.
Okay, I'm calling him.
Yeah, Andrew's Pretzels. I mean, not enough disc golfers are getting in the snack game.
Yeah, we're friends on Group Me. I just said
We need to get in the snack game. We tried to get in the snack game once.
Andrew's Craft Pretzels.
Yeah.
If you had Craft in there, it just kind of makes it feel.
Yeah, it's like pretzels that you can build with. They're like Lincoln Logs.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Crafts.
that's fun.
Do we want to tackle the top 10? I feel like we kind of have to.
Yeah, we do.
We haven't talked about anything this episode. It's because we killed 15 minutes with that song that killed us.
The song,
That was
we killed
awesome.
that song. What
that
are you
was so
talking
much
about?
fun.
So, okay.
That was my favorite part.
Here we go.
Been all downhill
Ladies and
since
gents,
then.
It has been a long time.
You need to stretch.
So this is our current top 10.
I'm so
Calvin
scared.
Heimberg 1, Gannon Burr 2, Ricky 3, AB 4, Nicholas 5, Chris Dickerson 6, Kyle Klein 7, Ezra Robinson 8, Gavin Rathbun 9, Andrew Presnell 10. You can tell when we last updated this.
Well, he had a couple decent.
It was
events.
after DDO, I think, because he went
It can't
first.
have been that long.
I think so.
No,
The woods got
that's
twisty.
impossible. That was like a decade ago.
I don't think we've done it in a long time.
Here's the
Trev.
good news: is at least our top 4 or 5 makes sense. Still.
Okay, so MPO wise, Gannon Burr needs to be number 1 in the world.
I would say it should go Gannon Rick right now.
Okay, so Gannon 1,
We can rattle off these pretty quick.
Rick 2.
I think it should go Gannon Rick, AB Calvin probably because AB has the more recent win. So I think that's a pretty easy top 4.
I have no qualms there. Okay, we do need to now take out.
I was like, now what's happening?
There we go.
Okay. Then from there is where things are getting hairy.
Nicholas Antela stands third in the standings. He just got fourth at Krokol, 27th at Sweden, 7th at Beaver State. I think Nicholas could be an interesting one. He's in 5th currently. Let's see who else is up here. Ezra Robinson definitely belongs in. Matty O has been having a stronger showing recently.
Yeah, we need to look at Matty O.
Let's go Matty O to Nicholas maybe.
Well, we can pretty quickly throw him in there against Fresno and probably get that taken care of.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna start high and go lower.
Okay.
Because I feel like that just when do we want to go from? Like how recent's our recency? 3 months, April to now?
No, it's got to be. We got to go more recent than that. That's
May through now.
That's so
May and June, basically. I think May 1st to now.
Okay.
Nicholas Antela compared to Orem Matt. I feel like Matty O is going to have him, to be honest with you.
He's picked it up as of recent.
They're 0-1 against each other. How does that make sense? They tied at 26th OTB Open because Nicholas hasn't won against each other. Okay, so
Nicholas is going to be pretty tough because he hasn't been in the States.
Yeah.
I guess.
Let's go Matty O to who's next down? Chris Dickerson. That should be an easy one to knock off.
Dickerson just wasn't even playing at all there for a minute.
Matty O to Chris Dickerson, 1-1.
Yeah, I say these people just haven't been playing. Dickerson's another guy, just hasn't really been playing.
Okay, well, Matty O came second at Des Moines, and then since Des Moines, he came, came second at Des Moines, 16th at Krokol, third at the Preserve. So I think we can put Matty O over Chris Dickerson in 6th. We'll compare other people as we get. Andrew Presnell, I'm sorry, is out of the top 10. Okay, so now let's go Kyle Klein to Matty O.
Yeah.
Who do you think? Gut check.
Probably Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle's 2-1 against Matty O. With the Preserve, Kyle came in second. And then what did Kyle do recently? He just came in 25th at Krokol. That's not factored in here. Does that affect you at all?
Yeah.
Because Matty O came in 16th. How does that affect you? How does that make you feel?
Yeah, I don't think Kyle's been playing as well as Matty O recently.
So Kyle Klein versus Chris Dickerson.
I'm trying to stay recent.
Dickerson's 2-0 against him. But the
bottom half of these top 10s just become like a slew of just like they're okay players.
Here's the thing. Des Moines, Dickerson was played. Kyle went 25th. Dickerson went 21st, didn't play. But Kyle has a podium here. We might have to leave Dickerson. Where is Dickerson on this?
He just doesn't play.
That's the problem. Yeah,
I know.
He went through this whole stretch where he didn't play.
And then he played one event.
He showed up and got 21st.
Yeah.
I think we got to put Kyle Klein ahead of him.
As I'm saying, Dickerson, it's not. Yeah, dude's just not playing disc golf.
Okay, now let's go Ezra Robinson against Kyle Klein. This could be interesting. Where's your gut check with Ezra versus Kyle?
Ezra probably Ezra.
2-2, knotted up like two snakes in a handbag.
Ezra had a really bad
85th
finish.
for Ezra there.
Yeah, a really bad turn.
But let's look at him a little bit more recently because he's also not in Europe. Is going to be the interesting one. Yeah, he got 85th. Before that, he went 2nd, 16th, 8th at that 3-event stretch. But then he skipped the Preserve, which Kyle came in 2nd there, and then came back and went 85th at Des Moines.
He's in a skid.
85th is just tough. You can't.
Yeah, we'll keep him down.
Do we keep him at 9th?
Yeah.
Okay. Who else is in the top 10 that we're overlooking here? Gavin Rathbun and Joey Buckets. Joey Buckets could be a sleeper.
So we have Rathbun.
So let's go Joey Buckets against Kyle Klein real quick. Joseph Anderson, because he's been on a heater. Okay. Kyle Klein beats him. And then we go Dickerson is going to be a really tough one. Joseph Anderson just came top 5?
Yeah, I mean, comparing Dickerson to anybody doesn't do anything.
So Joseph Anderson, because he just came in 4th in Krokol. He came in 2nd at, where is this? 2nd at the Swedish Open.
It makes this European stretch even harder because now
40th at the Preserve.
You have all these players who in the weekend field are going to just look insane because they're going to have all top 10s.
So do we go Joseph Anderson over Ezra?
But
how do you feel about gut check Joseph Anderson against Chris Dickerson?
Against Dickerson, that's the thing is if I had to actually bet, depending on the event, but I'd probably take Dickerson.
I like this. I like putting Joseph Anderson in 10th and bumping Gavin Rathbun.
It's whatever. This European swing is messing with my brain.
Because Gavin Rathbun could have an argument against Ezra Robinson just because 85th, you got to get punished.
You have to be punished for 85th.
Did he DNF?
No.
I didn't think so.
I think he just had a really bad event.
Let's just look. If he DNF'd, we can forgive, but I don't think he did.
No, never. There's more people than 85.
I would agree, but maybe a lot of people DNF'd.
That'd be a mass DNFing.
85th, Ezra Robinson. There he is. Did not DNF. Okay, so I think here's what we do. I think we put Ezra Robinson out of the top 10. Punishment. 85th.
Okay.
Gavin Rathbun back in.
Yeah.
There you go. There's a top 10.
Take that, Ezra.
Final top 10, Gannon Burr, number 1 player in the world. Ricky Wysocki, number 2. Anthony Barella, number 3. Calvin Heimberg, number 4. Nicolas Antela, number 5. Matty O, number 6. Kyle Klein, number 7. Chris Dickerson, number 8. Joseph Anderson, number 9. Gavin Rathbun, number 10. Grip Lock top 10.
Take that.
FPO, we right now have Kristin Tattar, number 1. She was the ghost player in the number 1 player in the world.
1. I think we can resume her in number 1.
Evelina Salonen, number 2. Well, really number 1. The Missy, number 2. Own 3. Holland 4. Ella 5.
This is going to be super easy because we can get rid of Ella, put in Silva somewhere, and
well, we have 6 players.
Well,
because we had a ghost number 1.
Oh.
Kristin Tattar resumes place
Silva
number 1.
has to be in here. So it's who do we kick out? Holland, I guess, or Evelina even, or did Evelina just won Finnish
beat her at the
Nationals?
Finnish Nationals? I don't know how much that matters. Just an A tier.
Well, it matters. Everything matters.
Everything does matter. Good.
I think we
Trevor.
kick out Holland, and we go Kristin, Evelina, Silva.
Is Evelina better than Missy and Own right now?
How would
they
we
haven't
know?
played each
That's
other.
what I'm saying.
They haven't played each other.
We
When's the last time
cannot
they played each
know.
other?
A decade ago.
Evelina Solonen's last event that they were at, holy cow, was Champions Cup.
I know.
And she won.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You just can't know. What is this right now?
But what's your gut tell you?
My
if
gut
you
tells
saw
me Evelina
versus Missy and Own, who you think is winning?
Well, yeah, that's the problem. Is probably wouldn't bet on Evelina.
Okay,
but
then let's not bet on Evelina.
But her track record.
No, this
year,
is the Grip Lock power ranking. We don't have to use stats.
Fine.
This is our gut check moment.
You're right.
Who is the second best FPO player in the world right now?
Silva.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I believe it.
All right. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it, Trev.
Yeah, Trev.
Me and you. Let's take on the world. Silva,
I don't think
Saarinen,
anybody
and
is going
Konner.
to comment and be like, your FPO top 5 is awful. I hate you guys.
Okay, then who's getting bumped out of the top 5?
If they made it this far. Holland's
gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Holla
so we have
at ya
Kristin
on your
1,
way out the door.
Silva 2. Who's 3rd?
You have it exactly how it should be right now.
You like Evelina 3rd? You think Evelina's better than
Yes.
Missy and Own? I don't know if I agree with that.
Oh, yeah, I just said I didn't.
I don't know if I
Dang
agree
it.
with
I
that.
just gaslit myself.
I think Evelina's the 5th best player in the world.
That's not fair, though, because she just keeps winning.
She didn't just win. She didn't play. Gotta
Well,
play.
you're right. But she beat the number 2 person by a lot.
But that was at a non-factor event.
It's true.
Do we they just had that Team USA scrimmage. Do we factor that into LeBron's legacy?
Team USA.
Good
It was a scrimmage.
Good point.
Of course not.
I would like to.
So I think Kristin 1, Silva 2, Missy 3, Own 4, Evelina 5. That feels right to me.
God bless.
That passes my gut check. I don't think it passes the stat check at all. I don't think we have any statistics to back it up, but that just
statistics
feels
are
right.
irrelevant.
Edwin's absolutely
Statistics
sick
are
right
made
now.
up.
Feelings don't care about your statistics.
All right.
Feelings don't care about your facts.
For Silas selects, Silas is out of town.
He's in Guatemala.
He has texted me
just kidding,
using
he's not.
invisible ink.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, invisible
He's
ink.
so smart.
I have
Dang,
it.
dude.
He is so
This is
smart.
under invisible ink.
Did
So
you
I
tell
have-
him to do that?
No.
He is just
I
tech.
saw it pop up on my
So
watch.
smart,
It said
dude.
Silas
He's
sent a
tech.
message with invisible ink. So we have all written down preliminarily locked in case we saw it.
Pre-preliminary.
What our guess is. So Konner, lead us off. What was your
I
guess?
voted Raptor.
Raptor.
I voted Raptor.
Did you really?
Yes.
Y'all both guess Raptor?
Yeah.
Dude, Konner, if we 2v1 him right now, it would be
That would be
amazing.
crazy.
I went Koi.
He's been playing a lot of disc golf lately, but he probably won't guess Raptor.
Raptor's like
Assassin. He went with the assassin.
So he went straight to our site, probably A to Z that thing.
Probably.
And was like, well, there's the assassin.
or he thought
That would have been a crazy moment.
or he was like, none of them are gonna guess assassin, and he was right. He's a genius.
I can't believe y'all both went Raptor.
I only did that
well,
because
it's the disc I most associate with Silas.
I thought he was going to
Fair.
go off the top of his head, and he's been playing a lot of disc golf recently and throwing a ton of Raptors.
I was just trying to think Silas
And he doesn't shy away
on
from-
vacation has to go what am I trying to
He
fool them
doesn't-
with?
He
And I was
doesn't
like,
shy
he
away
would
from the
think-
basic though.
I was thinking, they would not go with the elevation disc.
I feel like it's every other week that he either
Well, he
comes
just
with
went
something.
PD2 Raptor back to back.
Nope, he went PD2 Assassin.
So y'all went Raptor.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He kind of goes every other week with
I
that.
think he
true.
probably was like.
So
Konner-
next week, mental note, next week's going to be
It's like a
basic.
zone.
Next week's like rock, zone,
Yeah.
bullfrog, something basic.
We're on you, Silas. You got Bullfrog.
Do you guys remember that short amount of time when we got bullfrogs in our players pack, and
We
I
used to
changed
putt
it,
with them.
and I switched to putting with bullfrogs in the middle of a tournament?
That's
That was
con,
awesome.
man.
I like
That's-
bartered with people on the bus. I was
That's
like, I
kinda
want
how I
two
knew
yellow
you
ones.
back then.
Hey Zach, you want to trade my red one for your yellow one? I need to have two yellow ones.
I kind of knew you as the guy who putted with bullfrogs.
Yeah, I didn't get any better. Didn't get any worse.
I just remember seeing those jump putts flying in.
Yeah, man.
like
What are you
frogs.
talking
You
about
jumping
jumping.
like a bullfrog, yeah.
Yeah.
That wraps it up. That's I think this is the European Open week.
Yep, it is.
European Open preview show will be coming to your airwaves soon. Talk to you then.